Okay, welcome to lesson 4, part 2. The first part of this, you will have done the coding for the rings. Now my rings here are slightly different, and you can see that my score, if I just make this a bit bigger, if I double click on the score here, just double click, my score will change, so I can say how many rings I've scored. We're going to do some maths with the numbers of the amount of rings so that we can change wherever we want to go in the game. You can see I've also put like a little portal over here, and the reason I've done that is because I want to make a broadcast, and the broadcast is a bit like an event that will happen between two things and make something else happen. So, for example, if my sprite Sonic got 20 rings, for example, I could broadcast like a telephone conversation, and I could call up the stage and say, do something at the stage. So to keep this simple, what we're going to do here is we're going to do a splash screen. So I've already got the splash screens for you. I've already showed you where the splash screens are, and I've imported. If I just go to my stage, I can see that I've got a splash screen here, and I've called it splash screen. So I know what it is and where it's going to be. So I go back into my scripts. What I'm going to do is, when flag clicked, hide. I want Sonic to hide at the very beginning of the game, and I want to broadcast splash screen. So when I click on here, I want it to go to this picture. So how do we do broadcast? Go into here, just make broadcast, click new, and you can call it whatever you want, because it is just a signal between two bits of the game. So I'm going to call this credits end, because I've got something at the end called credits end. I'll do. So when I click here and I double click it, nothing happens at the moment because I need to go to here into my stage, and you can see where it says when I receive credits end. I'm going to go to here, switch to background, credits end. Let's go back into Sonic, double click, and you can see that the page changes. I'm just going to pause it for the moment because we've got some other bits and pieces to do. Okay, this is unpaused, so I hope that you've gone and added those scripts. What we're going to do now is just go pop into the stage, and in my first level, let's go and call this level 1 so that I know what it is. I go and edit this. You can see that I put like a little door at the top. So this means that Sonic can jump up here, collect the rings, and then jump into this door. And the reason I've attached it to the background in my stage is to keep it a little bit simple, because if I made the door a sprite, even though I could go and change it and move it around the different screens, it means that I've got to go and remember where to put it and where it's been. So when this level changes, this will disappear as well, which makes it a little bit easier to control. So I'm going to go into Sonic. I'm just going to do a when flag clicked. So I'm going to do a separate block of code now. Forever if. I'm just going to do a sensing and touching color. So I'm going to call it yellow. And I'm going to do that broadcast again that I just showed you, and this time I'm going to call it level 2. This means that I can go and make a new stage now, make a new level, go and copy this, automatically calls it level 2, edit, and then I can go and pick up this or go make a new one somewhere else, so that when it hits yellow, so I might want to go and rub this out. Make my new platforms. because I know that Sonic's going to be up here when it goes to the next level. Sonic's going to be here, so then I can go and make a new there, like so. Just make a very simple one, and then I can go and put a door here, and there we go, that'll do me nicely. Okay, so there's my level 2. I can go and put the rings wherever I want, but a little bit later, once I've duplicated them and repeated them. And that is basically it. So I can just do, when I receive level 2, switch to background level 2. Level splash screen, level 2. And you can do that for level 1 and level 6 and whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, thank you.